said earlier, I think I said, I am 75, so I don't know if I'm repeating myself or omitting. But
You're allowed.
I am really pleased to be able to do this tonight. This is the greatest present to me. I did mention it. When I was at SUNY, every year I gave a poetry reading. It was kind of a tradition. But in all the years that I've been in Ohio, I have never done that. And so I thought this will be a birthday present to myself. Hopefully you will all survive the experience. But I just want to say in defense, this is a birthday present to me. And so I want to forthwith begin. There is, as you can imagine, one person who more than anything in the world I wish could be here tonight. And she can't. And so I want to start with a couple poems that were written to her. The very first one, many of you who have seen my read books have probably read because it's on the dedication page in every volume, all 4 volumes of that book. And it's just called To Anne. Let me go first into that night where all paths disappear into the silence of the stars and naught remains to fear. Go not before me to that void, nor cast me back to grieve. Stay with me until the hour when I'm coerced at last to leave. When I was a professor, I was the co-faculty advisor for the Student Literary magazine. The real expert, the other co-sponsor, was a woman by the name of Hazel Swart. And she's totally unknown to everybody, but I consider her the finest poet of my lifetime. And I'll be reading a number of her poems this evening, but somewhat out of order, I'm going to read the poem that she read just before her husband died. By the way, what I just read, I wrote before Anne died. This is an untitled poem by Hazel Swart, and it was to her husband before he died. And who will kiss away the fears, and kiss the dark away, and kiss my heart away if you go? If you go, then who will miss my certain kinds of stepping through the day, my certain kinds of telling this and that? And who will be the someone I can say may sorrow to, or note the strange abyss of loneliness around me if I stay? For there will be no certain step of you or special bits of whistling in the air to mark your coming, and I could not bear to watch the flowers bloom you tended to. It will no doubt be better far, I know, that you should stay, my love, and I should go. Next, I would like to read the very first poem I ever wrote to Anne. This was actually before our first wedding anniversary. It's just titled, Be With Me, Anne. Be with me, Anne, when yonder birch stands shivering in the autumn air. Be with me when low-angled sun no longer scatters morning dew, when icy needles stab the grass. Be with me yet when gray days darken, sorrowing under snow-filled skies, when I shall want for spark to keep my winter hearth's dim life aglow. Be with me even in the spring, when from the druid oak is torn the last brown burnished mummied leaf, and phoenix-like new life exsurges. Be with me, Anne. Be with me. Most of you know this story, but a few of you probably don't. I came to Chemical Abstracts just after Christmas in 1982. And I had to come alone. Anne had to stay back in New York to sell the house. And so for 6 months, from Christmas until my birthday, May 23rd, I was batching it in Columbus. And as spring hit early that year, I spent a lot of time down at Mirror Lake and on the university campus in general. And there was an incredible burst of spring everything at Mirror Lake. And one evening, actually it was one night, it was probably after 9 o'clock, I was walking down around Mirror Lake feeling very lonely and wishing that Anne could be there. And so I wrote this poem and sent it to her. To Anne in New York, from Frank in Ohio. The street light shines upon the cherry, in fluorescent glory by the still dark pond. Cherry shadows fall on shadows, shadows that enshroud the shore whereon with voice too loud to sing, a peeper's chorus shouts, it's spring. Falling petals of the plum whisper gently, spring has come, echoing the morion breeze that has pried them from the trees. They lie, the flowers, or they are mistaken. The blossoms lie, or some cruel joke has brought them out too soon. The peepers all prevaricate, or else they cannot guess the truth. Spring cannot come without you. In late 2009, Anne had her first really serious hospitalization after her cancer had been discovered in 2008. And I was under immense stress and worry on this occasion. And I was obviously sleeping very, very abnormally. And part of the abnormal sleeping was an amazing thing, at least to me it was amazing, that I wrote a poem in my sleep, quite literally. It was a very odd thing. I woke up repeatedly during the night and wrote things down. But single lines of poetry came to me, and I wrote them all down. When I woke up in the morning, there was one problem. They were a complete jumble. They were all more or less perfect lines, but they were kind of in scrambled order. And I had to spend some time in sorting them out as to what should go with what. And I had to make a few little tweaks here and there because of that, rearranging. But essentially this poem was written while sleeping. And it reflects, of course, my concern for Anne. Wake the heart from silent slumber. Break forth to, let me start that again, I'm sorry. Wake the heart from silent slumber. Break forth tones of gold and umber. Blow the bugle, toll the bell, start the mount, and sound the knell. Dig the grave, let joy depart, shatter all my dreams and heart. Lay my love on lilies soft, let my grief be borne aloft. Mourn my loss through time and space, but always, always guard this place. Let the sad world know one thing, ne'er again shall my heart sing. Recently, I had quite a number of dreams every night, again, about Anne. As you understand, I'm very much still working through this. And so I wrote this poem, I Dream of Anne. In dreams now do you come to me and slip into my sleeping mind. Some 14 months now you've been gone, yet ne'er in dreams do we recall the agony of that last hour. It's like you've not been gone at all. You're younger now than when you left, and I am younger in my dreams than when I wake and touch the place where night by night you slept with me. In dreams yet do we strive as one, to climb each hill, to ford each stream, to find our way through tangled banks. But no adventure finds us in, no goals attained before I wake. Now I alone can reach the peak. You fade before the summit's reach. I grasp at mist to pull you up, but you are lost to me. Now I alone can ford the streams, for even gentle currents sweep you far from my once strong embrace, around the bend and out of sight. The tangled bank through which we wend our struggling feet and grasping hands soon hides you from my weeping eyes. I stumble on, directionless, and know not where